Well, I mean, we've got a talented room. Got some young guys who haven't played, who've been itching to actually get on the field, and it's their time. So competitive practices, guys making plays left and right. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see the product that we put on the field next Friday, and to see these guys play in front of 80,000 people and lights and cameras. Let's see who they are.
All right, quick follow-up. Who is Coach Hawkins going into this season right now?
Say that again?
Who is Coach Hawkins now? Where are you at now going into this season?
Man, I am steady Eddie, man. You know me. Don't get too high with the highs, too low with the lows. I'm genuinely excited for the season to get started. We've been banging on each other now for the last, 3.5 weeks. And, for me, man, it's just been about fundamental technique, playing fast, playing physical and having fun. And this group has done everything I've asked them to do. And like I said, man, I can't wait till Friday to kind of stand on the sideline and let them go at it.
Before we jump into your group, when you look at and see maybe from the spring to now with Aiden, what has allowed his growth to not only, what have you seen as his growth as a player, but what has allowed his growth to become a captain among his peers?
Well, I think one is, reps, just having the opportunity to work with the guys for an extended period of time. The guys, they got after it this summer, while we were on the road recruiting, they were doing 7-on-7, doing routes on there, doing things to, push it to the next level. And then him, just his personality, he's a guy that binds the entire team. You'll see him over there on the defensive side, you'll see him on the offensive side, he's with the special teams guys. That's the kind of dude you need on your team. And he's done a tremendous job of just, helping to pull everything together. And it's been fun to watch. He has natural leadership skills. I mean, he's a QB, and it comes easy to him. And he just goes about his regular day, and it's been a big help for us.
Do you find that pretty rare for an 18-year-old?
I do find it rare. He's still an 18-year-old. He still, sometimes does some old crazy stuff, and you're like, hey, bring it in. But just his knack for being able to feel the moment and like I said, bring guys together, whether it's we having some adversity or things are going great. He's normally kind of right in the center of it, making sure that it's going properly.
I think last week was Jonathan said that Montorie was kind of just taking a break, nothing serious. Has he been back for you guys and full speed?
Oh, he's full speed, man. He's full speed, making plays. Had a great practice today. We're all ready to go. The entire room. We're ready to get after it.
The guys that we'll see from your room, what if some of those guys, what are they doing better now at the end of camp, coming into the season, like your main guys in that group?
I just think overall, just the understanding of the offense. Our offense is detailed. There's a lot of details of getting lined up, different stems we'll run, different splits, and just understanding the importance of it and actually putting it all together now. I think they understand it to the point now where we're flying around. There's not that much thinking going on. We're just kind of reacting and being athletes, versus, weeks ago, months ago, at times they were robotic, just trying to do everything perfect. But now it's just, we're smooth and we're understanding the checks. We actually understand that we're starting to understand the fact that on this particular coverage, I should be getting the ball or he should be getting the ball, so that they're really absorbing the offense, which is helping us to play faster.
Aiden has kind of taken Nick Marsh under his wing this summer because he says he sees a lot of similarities with them just because he was 17 when he came to campus originally and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How beneficial do you think having a guy like the starting quarterback in your corner has helped Nick with just the transition to college football and this opportunity that he'll have in this upcoming season?
Well, I mean, it's always cool to have a great relationship with your QB if you're a wideout, But I'll say Aiden has great relationships with all the guys in our room. The fact that they're really good friends has been cool. It's been, kind of a big brother. I wouldn't call it big brother, little brother thing, because they look eye to eye for the most part. But it's cool for him to have somebody to defer to. I mean, he's come in with, he's got some hype behind him. And it's always cool to be able to talk to somebody who's kind of went down that path. So it's been helpful for him. But, Nick is a solid kid. I mean, Nick has always been Nick Marsh, and he's always had these expectations. He's always went out and made plays, and he's really comfortable in his skin. So he's had a tremendous camp. Made plays, plays hard, blocks. He does everything I ask him to do, and actually more. So excited, about what the next 4 years has to come for him.
Do you like
Real
it
quick,
now?
we have three coaches. Coach Martin talk right now too, and then Coach Adams is coming out. So we'll kind of do everybody at once, just as a heads up. Coach Martin as well.
Do you like a guy that has like a lot of hype, or do you worry about how that might affect, especially with him being, young, how that might affect his confidence as the season goes on?
No, I mean, really what happens, we don't really worry about what happens outside of these four walls. For us, it's about playing ball. The other stuff, that's part of my job, is to help him to understand and steer clear and to understand, this is all about ball, and what you do on the field the other stuff will take care of itself. So I'm happy for him, and our aim is to recruit the best players in the country. So we want a whole bunch of players that got a whole bunch of hype. Let's do it, create a better team.
How ready is he right now, you think, to contribute? Or will it be sort of a continued growth process through the season? And how's he grown the most this month?
I mean, he's growing up every day, man. Right now, we still got another 8 days, 7 days to figure out who'll be playing. I'll just say he's done some really good things, at this point. And he's going to be a really good player.
You starting to trust him, or is that too strong a word?
I am starting to trust him. There's no question about it. He's the kind of kid that gains your trust. He's a hard worker.
Coach, I know it's all about football right now, but I hear there's another Hawkins on the track team.
Yes, sir.
At Michigan State. Talk about the transition and what's happening right now with the family.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. Our middle daughter, Kamari, enrolled this summer. Actually transferred from the University of Houston, man, and I couldn't be more proud as a dad, man, to have my baby girl here. I missed a lot, obviously, coaching. There's times where she had to run, and I didn't get a chance to see her. But now, hopefully, I'll get a chance to watch her run a little bit. And it's been great for our family, man. Just, I think if my wife was here, she'd be smiling. I'm smiling. My oldest daughter, my youngest daughter, smiling, man. It's kind of like having the family unit back together, a little bit. And there's nothing like wearing this, man.
Yeah.
It's nothing like wearing this. Nothing like it. I tried to tell her earlier, but she wouldn't listen. But it's nothing. So.
Good. Well, congratulations.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Coach, what's stood out to you so far with this new staff?
I just think that the professionalism, care factor, that there's a plan, and we're following the plan. And there's processes to everything, and just a great group of dudes, man. Family's big around here. There's nothing to see. I think on the staff there's almost like 25 little kids from like 12, 11 and under. And there's nothing to see these little kids just running around the office upstairs. It creates kind of a different feel. It's just not all work. It's been really good. And the bottom line is we're going to win football games. Coach Smith came in, obviously, to this situation and took it and just, kind of spread an umbrella over top and took care of everything inside of this building and made these young men feel like, let them know that they're special and that they're loved inside this building. And we got them. And, been practicing hard, been doing some things outside of this building that have been fun to actually bring us together, bring us closer. I mean, this is really a close-knit unit, and that's all, because of the things that Coach Smith implemented, from day one and is still in the process of right now.
A little bit big picture, but being a week away from the season opener, just where do you feel like this offense is at, guys' comfortability and putting it together for an entire game?
I'm really confident about what we have in store. I know the guys are itching to play. They're itching to play and hit some other guys. our whole deal is going to be, making sure that our game plan is tight, and that we can play fast, that we're attacking people. I'd say wait and see. Wait and see, wait and see. But I know a little more than you guys know. We're chomping at the bit to get after it.
What type of stuff has Jaron been doing at camp? Or what type of camp did he have, I guess I should say?
Who's that?
Glover.
Glove camp was good. Glove, it was good to see Glove make some plays. He's flashed. He's been running well. Playing fast. He's 100% healthy. So he has been he's done some really good things. And he's actually grown up. He's actually, it sometimes takes a year or two. He's actually taken that next step, which has helped him and helped our room.
How about
Alante. He's as solid as they come, man. Plays with a chip on his shoulder, plays fast, loves ball. You'll see it. He's one of the guys that, as you see him on the field warming up, you'll be like, okay, this kid loves to play. It just kind of pours out of him, man. And he's also been, great in the room and been pushing our room to be the best room that it can possibly be.
How many guys can you reasonably play in a competitive game that's competitive all the way through? Is it five-ish?
Yeah, depending on what personnel we kind of decide that we're going to play most of the game in, we can maybe go 6 deep, at times. You can go 6 deep, maybe 7, depending on situational football, but definitely can play 6 guys and guys feel like, they're in there and they're not looking over their shoulder, every play just to see if somebody's coming in or out.
What's it been like working with Lindgren and just getting to know how he sees football and, his style and preferences and things like that?
It's actually been fun, man. For me, with this particular offense, is really the first time that I've had to dive into this kind of offense. So it's been cool. It's been challenging, which has been cool for me from a football standpoint, because I do know a little bit about football. So, but Lindgren is a great teacher. Really even keel guy. So it's really been good to work with him. He's about the details. I really think he's a really great play caller. He does things to set up the next play, to set up plays 3 and 4 plays down, which is really good for us from an offensive standpoint. And you're gonna see some different things here from a Michigan State football team from an offensive standpoint that you haven't seen in a minute.
Is there anything among those things that is not giving away game plan that you can sort of say this will be noticeable to the average fan is looking different than they've seen?
No, not really. There's not much I really, to be honest.
I'm wondering, and these guys might have asked you about this, but when you think back, maybe right around this time last year, how are things feeling maybe different? What is the difference in vibe maybe, or what's the energy level with this, not just your group, but the whole team?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the energy level is the energy level really for us, man, is like think through the roof. To be honest, it's a different kind of energy. There's been a big time effort to actually mend some feelings, mend some fences. And this is, at this point, this team is one of the closest teams that I've been around in the last 3-4 years at this point in the season. Normally it takes a little time, you're continually growing through the season, but this particular group of guys are, they hang around here, they're all hanging around each other, holding each other accountable. And then, you can see guys hold each other accountable, and then there's not any pushback from the other guy, which has been, just showing growth, as a unit. and I think they're excited to play for each other.
When you have this much newness,
Yeah.
how, I know every coach talks about you got to put last year in the past, but how much does maybe the changes, just roster, coaches, everything, how much does that maybe help, I guess, push last year in the past? When you don't have the muscle memory or mind, a lot of guys that didn't experience what like you did and what some of the players did.
Well, I mean, you got to think from our standpoint, man. We got like 60 new players on this team, that weren't part of the last few years, and the only thing that we focus on is, the now. There's no conversation about, the last years. We can't change it. There's nothing we can do about it, but we can move forward with where we are now and learn from things in the past. And the guys that were here, they're excited, they're happy with how things are now. They're genuinely happy hanging around this building, wanting to be in this building. There's not a black cloud over this building. It makes a difference, man. These dudes at the end of the day, they're football players, but some of them are 18 years old. We're still like, hey man, that dude's a kid. So, sun's shining. Sun's shining on the Spartans, man.
You gotta want to be there.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Courtney.
Thanks, Courtney.
Yep, appreciate you guys,
All
man.
right, we'll have Coach Adams up next.